So the main cool thing to show off that's new is this waterfall that I added to the edge of the map. So far it's been seeming like it runs, uh, at 90 frames a second for VR. I haven't tested it while streaming, so possibly that'll lower my frames. But it's pretty ambitious, and I think it adds to the scene, makes it feel more impressive. So I'll be working on that more on the art side. But today I wanted to do some scripting to actually get some more gameplay in. And I decided I wanted to do an arcade mode. So I'll be working on that. So first step of scripting is setting up a trigger box. So my goal is to start the player here. I'm going to create some kind of instruction panel, like this 2D widget, for showing the controls of the game when they start in this house. Have them go through here. There's a few characters they can talk to. And then I want to set up encounters that are a mix of um, basically you come to here, enemies spawn at these different locations, and you have to seek them out and destroy them. They continue spawning more enemies that keep running at you. Um, so the mix of those, where you kind of basically just have stuff that's coming at you, the player, and then you have to stop them from spawning by kind of killing the hero enemies. And then the other form of gameplay will be when those enemies are actually attacking the bear village, and you have to alternate between defending this entrance, and saving the village basically. So for now, I just want to work on some basic scripting and get that going. So that's map elements. Um, so this target is Steam VR game mode. So here instead of start arcade mode, I guess I need to, I'll have to think about how I want to accomplish this. So I've got start arcade mode, and that's just spawning some stuff. So I need to do some logic that when they arrive at that spawn point, it checks to see if they're already in a wave, and if they are, then it doesn't do anything. But if they're not, and I guess, if some logic, like, if the next wave is available, in case I want to do like a cooldown to tell some story, basically if it's available, then I want it to pull the next wave, get from a save file what wave the player is on, and then spawn that. So for scripting that, maybe the easiest thing to do would be to start to kind of program what I want wave 1 to look like, and that way we can actually get some stuff going on. So for wave 1, let's think about where we want things to spawn, and maybe clean up some of these boxes at some point. So wave 1 should probably be pretty simple, and it should just be maybe 3 boxes of toads to get the player used to fighting. So in terms of where they spawn, I'm debating just in my head. So I've got I've got these different spawn boxes that I've got to turn off an alarm. Hold on. So I've got these different spawn boxes that I'd use to trigger arcade mode before. If I run into here, why am I not triggering? Oh, there we go. So I've got all these set up already. But anyway, what I would like to work on more is kind of more dynamic logic for continually spawning the characters until they obliterate kind of a large statue. So one thing maybe I can create now is create kind of an idea of what that statue could look like. So let's try that. Let's take our toad character and apply like a stone texture to it and see if we can make it look like a giant toad statue. So let's see what this would look like. That actually looks kind of cool. I should probably just set this up as a character as well, and just have it have no AI, so that I've got all the on-hit functionality kind of already set. But that looks interesting for sure. So content, enemy pawns. Duplicate toad enemy character. Toad stone statue. Change its mesh to that. Let's try placing a big one of those. Just see how that looks in game. Still got the AI, so it's moving towards me. So that's kind of cool. The stone could maybe look better, but it's definitely not the worst. And so let's just see, like, I want to create some logic now. That basically on tick, like every 5 seconds or so, this guy spawns one of the actual enemy toads that are going to come towards you. So let's do a timer. We can clean up some of this logic later if we want to delete some of his other logic. It's probably not the way I want to handle it, to be honest. Timer. Set timer by event. Custom event spawn toad and radius. Oh. Yeah. Say 1000. See how that feels. Excuse me. Oh. Nav data object reference. I'm gonna have to look that up. I haven't used that before. Nav data object reference. Unreal Engine. Navigation. vectors of class nav mesh. I think I'm just using one, so hopefully that fits. Alright, let's try it, see if it works. Set the radius to 1,000. I should probably play some message to show it's actually going. Did I set up the begin play as well? Yeah. Alright. Spawning toad. Doesn't look like it's doing it. Oh. Doy. Of course it's not doing it. Alright, let's just try this every 2 seconds. Rapid fire. There we go. I did one at least. You know what, I bet it's let's try it again. Let's try skipping that whole branch. Okay. Skip this, skip that. Good. Good, 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 good. So if he's dead, does it stop spawning? Yes, it does. Alright. That's a success. So let's randomize that time between 2 and 8 seconds. And let's increase that radius to be even bigger and see how that feels. think I should put it back to 2 seconds so I can see where it's actually spawning. Let's see. There's one. There's two. There's three. There's four. Kind of feels like they should be dropping in from the sky or something. Alright, so let's try taking that value of what they're giving me for the spawn location and then just adding a z value to it so that they're spawning from the sky. And let's see how that feels. Vector plus vector. Maybe it can play some kind of effect as well when they're spawning, or play some kind of sound at that location. Let's try playing a sound. Toad. This will be pretty crazy pretty quickly, but at least we'll get a sense for the audience. Let's clear the attenuation settings actually. Battletoads attack! Battletoads attack! Battletoads attack! Battletoads attack! Battletoads attack! Alright, so let's put back the attenuation. I'll have to mess with that one though to get a better setting. Battletoads attack! Try it real quick in VR. See if we're hitting frames. Battletoads attack! Battletoads attack! Battletoads attack! Battletoads attack! It sounded like it was close. Yeah, story-wise, I feel that seems okay. Like, spawning stuff coming at you. Got me. Alright, so yeah. We can spawn one of these statues for the first encounter. Teach the player that basically they have to They have to destroy these, and otherwise it just keeps spawning more enemies at them. Alright, so what's next? Next is to try and get an attenuation setting that we feel good about. So here I want to create a new asset, sound attenuation. Default sounds attenuation sphere. Add this to sounds. Oh. So what if I set this to like 20,000? Alright. That might be quite a lot, but we can try that.
Battletoads, attack! Battletoads, attack! Battletoads, attack! Battletoads, attack! Battletoads, attack! Battletoads, attack!
Keep falling into there.
Battletoads, attack!
Alright, so what if I play a whoosh sound instead of Battletoads attack? Just play Battletoads too.
You cannot survive against my mighty Battletoads. No! I am the Toad King. The Toad King cannot be hurt. Ah! Ah! No!
Something like that would probably be pretty good. Just get him saying like toad, toad. Alright, so we've set up this idea of a statue that can spawn different enemies. So next will be to set that script to do that. Alright, I'm gonna take a break, and afterwards I'll focus on that.